Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Murray here with Murray's Mobile Mechanics. So today we'll be working on the 2002 Chevy Avalanche with a 5.3 liters, and we'll be changing a water pump. So we just arrived at the customer's residence, and that's our truck right there. So I've never done one of these water pumps, but definitely did a little bit of research, so we are going to actually fix it for them. So I did a coolant pressure test, and you can see at the bottom we got a part of coolant. I took off that plastic underneath cover, and we actually concluded the water pump is leaking. So we are going to take off this air hose right here, flathead screwdriver, and then the other clamp right there, and then we're going to take off the fan shroud. We're going to actually route off the coolant hose. We can take it off from right here or from the other side, not too sure which side. We're going to take off this hose, and then if you look down there, you got a clip right there, and we got another one down there, and then you come this side, there's one there, and there's another one right there. So let's take those out, and then we get to the next stage. All right guys, so I forgot to mention there's two 10mm bolts for the fan shroud. There's one here and one right there, so we'll take those out, and then this fan shroud will come out. Alright guys, so I forgot to mention, so before you start doing this job, you have to make sure your car is cool to touch. In our case, this car has been packed overnight, so we are going to open the radiator cap just to help us drain the coolant faster. So when it's hot, let it pack for 1 hour so that you don't get burnt. So if you look down there at the bottom right here where my hand is, that's the radiator drain. Let me see if I can focus. Yeah, this white one, that's the radiator drain. So we'll open it, make sure you got the drain at the bottom to catch the coolant. So we'll open that one, drain the coolant, and then we'll continue doing a few things from right here up top. So when you come up top without the fan shroud, this is how we are looking. We are going to actually loosen that nut for the fan clutch. You have to actually I'll show you. We'll put the adjusting wrench right there, and then tap it to the right side counterclockwise, and then it should come loose. We'll take it off, and then we'll take the belt out, and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, so I did not manage to actually take off the radiator drain plug. It is super tight, so what I did, I came this side and removed the bottom hose clamp. You can see we are draining coolant right there. You can see it is disconnected, and we are draining coolant. So we got our drain right there. So right now we'll go ahead and take off our upper radiator hose and push it to the side, and then we'll put our adjustment wrench there with the hammer. We'll set it up right there in between the fan clutch, and then tap it to the right side, this side, so we can take the fan and the clutch out of the way, and then we'll get to the tensioner and then take the rest of the stuff. Alright guys, so right now we are taking the fan clutch off. This is the setup. You have to adjust your wrench just a little bit out. This is a good setup. So gotta get the hammer, tap it one time. In my case, I just tapped it one time, and actually it is coming off. You can see sometimes you gotta tap on it a couple times. Just be careful not to actually damage your radiator. So we got our clutch fan off right now. We'll go ahead and take off the belt, and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, so right now just make sure you know the route of the belt. So we'll use a 15mm socket with the ratchet to take the belt off the pulleys. Take the wrench off, then we'll take the whole belt off the way, put it on the side. Now right now we are going to actually take off the tensioner. I think it's 2 bolts. There's one here, one on the other side, I think so. And then we'll take off the thermostat housing. There's 2 bolts, one there and one there. I believe these are 8s. I believe these are 15. So we'll take those out and then we'll get to the water pump. Alright guys, so we took the tensioner out, which is located right here. 3 bolts, 50mm bolts, and then we took the thermostat together with the hose, 2 10mm bolts. We got a gasket right there. So I believe the kit for the water pump comes with the gasket. So right now I am going to take off these 2 heater hoses. There's one here, it's just a plus clamp, the pinch the clamp on both hoses and then slide them out, and then definitely we should count the number of bolts holding the water pump in place, and then we'll actually count the bolts holes on the new water pump, and then we'll compare with the new one, and then we'll go from there. So what we're going to do is whatever bolt we remove from the water pump, we are going to install it onto the new one, the same spot, so that in case the bolts are different lengths, then we don't have to mix them up. Alright guys, so once you move the clamps off the way, you are just gonna pull the hoses off just like so. This one as well. So right now we have to count the number of bolts around the water pump. We'll come to the new one. I think I'm counting 3 this side and 3 this side, and then 2 right there. So 8 bolts altogether. That's our new one. So that's what I'm gonna do. Look for those bolts, loosen them, and then I'll bring you guys back. Alright guys, so the water pump only has 6 bolts, 3 on this side, on the right side 1, 2, 3, and then on the left side also 3. There's 1 here, 1 at the bottom, and then 1 at the top, which is right there. So we'll take those out. I've loosened them already. We'll change to our hyper tough long reach ratchet to speed up the process. So once you actually loosen all the bolts, this pump comes off just like so. It's a big one. This is the one right there. So let's count, let's check everything, and then we go from there. Alright guys, so right now I'm going to clean the mating surface right there and on the other spot on the other side. Once we clean those, we got the new water pump, which is right there. Looks exactly the same, and this water pump was leaking from inside here on the whipple, and then it to trickle down here and comes this way. This is where we caught the actually paddle dripping from. So it was coming from actually down in the whipple, and then drips to this area, and then goes down because this area looks downward. So we got the new water pump. It comes with some gaskets right there. It comes with the new clutch. That's the part number right there. So since it comes with the clutch, alright guys, so we got our mating surface good to go, and we're just waiting for the thermostat. So what we're going to do is just install the gaskets and then install the new water pump off camera, and then pretty much the installation is the reverse way. So let me do that, and then I'll bring you guys back once we put everything back together, and then we should be good to go to bleed the cooling system. Alright guys, so an update, we got the new water pump. Like I said earlier on, installing the water pump is pretty much the reverse of how it came out. We got the new water pump in, we got the new thermostat with the housing. They are both new. We got the belt on, the tensioner of course old, but we got the belt on, and then we got the new fan clutch right there. All you gotta do is take the 4 bolts at the back. I'll show you on the old one. Take them out, move the fan, and put it on the new one. So everything is back on right now. What's remaining is putting the fan shroud on top, connect this radiator hose, and then connect the air filter tube, and then we fill it up with coolant, and then we bleed the cooling system. So This is what I was talking about. We got the new, the old water pump right here. We got the new thermostat housing with the new thermostat, and then we got the old fan clutch right there. Just take out the 4 bolts, take the fan out, switch it to the new one, and then the part number for the water pump kit is right there. It comes with the water pump, a fan clutch, and then some gaskets, and then we got the part number for the thermostat and the thermostat housing right there, all Duralast. So what we're going to do, like I said, we just need to connect the fan shroud, put this radiator hose, the top one, the air tube, and then we go from there. Alright guys, so we got the truck running. You can see no leak at the bottom, and our coolant level is looking good right there. So everything is put back together. What's remaining is just putting that cover back on, and then let's go inside the truck. We check the temperature gauge. You can see we are good right there. We're looking good, and pretty much we got the old parts down there. We got the old water pump, fan clutch, thermostat, and pretty much that's all it is to replace the water pump, thermostat, fan clutch on the 2002 Chevy Avalanche. Thanks for watching. I hope it helps somebody out there. We'll see you on the next one.